I'm Knee High Caliber, and you're watching another exciting episode of Knee High Caliber Plays War Thunder. And we have a special operation that we are participating in today. Not too special, but significant, to say the very least. We are in the cockpit of a brand new Boeing B-29 Superfortress bomber. This is a strategic bomber developed by the U.S. Army Air Force for long-range bombing. It's going to be delivered to the island of Tinian. You can see one just flew overhead. We have a small squadron. We're going to be ferrying over to Tinian today. It's going to be quite a long flight, but yeah, this is the plane to do it in. Honestly, it's pretty cozy. It's very big. But yeah, this plane is ginormous. This is probably the biggest plane I've flown in my career with the War Thunder, United States Army Air Force. Crash, guys, come on. Get these things there in one piece. Brake there a little bit. It's very heavy. It's very sluggish, I would say. I'm not used to flying something this big. If you recall, the last aircraft we had that was comparable was the B-17, and even then the B-17 was still not as big as this plane is. This is the biggest of the big right now. Yeah, it is going to be doing its job over at Tinian, hitting bases in mainland Japan for the start of a strategic bombing campaign that they hope to be kicking off soon. And yeah, we're bringing one of the first batches of B-29s over there. As you know, they've been fighting on Saipan and Tinian for the past 2 months now, and I think just last week they locked down Tinian, and now that it's secure and they're not afraid the Japanese will capture it or recapture it, they're willing to bring the strategic bombers over. So that's what we're doing today. We're ferrying these bombers over. They are loaded with bombs. They are not fused, however, just as a sort of weighted ballast, because this plane is pretty wild. I did a checkout flight in it already around the island, and I have to say, this thing is one heavy beast. Yeah. So yeah, without any further delay, we're going to taxi up onto the runway here and hopefully get this battleship in the air. What am I saying? There we are. Yeah, it's an interesting layout for the cockpit. It's in the front of the aircraft, unlike the B-17, which has the cockpit perched above the nose. We're also sharing the same compartment with the bombardier here. And the engineer, he's probably in the back there. He should really be at his controls. We also have the radio operator station there. Yeah, that's a radio. Alright, cool. Very cool. This plane is very impressive and a sign of future things to come. So yeah, without any further ado, why don't we get this thing in the air? Flaps to takeoff. The mechanical controls on this aircraft do take a while to respond. So landing gear, I know, is one of the biggest issues. It takes a while to go up and down. We'll be conscious of that. All right, 50% power. Get her on. Max power. Loud too. I had to adjust my volume just so you could hear me over the plane. The V1, rotate. V2, positive rate, gear up, flaps up. Yeah, that gear's going to take a while to go up. Fuselage there. Alright, we are airborne. So yeah, we're going to be making a stopover first at Midway before we head to Tinian. We are carrying personally a intelligence liaison with some classified documents they want to send over the radio, possibly outlining this aircraft's future mission in the Pacific. No idea. We will see. Obviously, don't ask, don't tell is a thing. But yeah, we'll land over at Midway. We should get there by late morning. And then we'll see if we have time for lunch. We'll also refuel the planes, although they really don't need it. But since we are going out of the way to Midway, we aren't carrying full fuel, just so the plane's not super heavy. But then we will be fueled for the flight to Tinian from Midway, so should be quite an eventful day. Dawn sun is coming through our windows now. That's a nice little effect. So yeah, we're also climbing up to a very high altitude. 20 to 25,000 feet. The operating ceiling of this aircraft is about 30,000 feet. We may be in due for some bad weather south of Midway, but we'll play that in place. We'll probably do 20,000 on the flight to Midway and then 25,000 on the flight to Tinian. I think that works the best. Head up the Hawaiian island chain. This thing is big. Another critique is the controls are super loose, super loose. On any landing, you're going to be moving the controls around like you're swing dancing, basically. It's a little bit of a exercise. That's all right. Upper arm exercise never hurt anybody. Yeah, the fleet is out. They're on maneuvers south of Hawaii. I mean, the whole fleet isn't here. The other element of it, the new carrier Saratoga, is off Saipan somewhere. Alright, we just went up to the upper atmosphere. Now we have vapor trails coming off the engines there. Correct? Yeah, we want it to be just slightly off west of Midway. Like I said, we'll climb up to 20,000 for the initial leg of the flight, and then we'll head up to 25,000. Clouds in the area, but nothing crazy. Again, they're worried about some storm activities over to the Pacific between Midway and Tinian. Well, that's why we're flying at altitude. That's also why this aircraft was developed. It was basically built to fly above the weather and above the flat of any chance of fighters reaching it. Maybe the German fighters could reach it, but right now the Japanese. Climbing up to 16, reaching to 17. We're off Pokai Bay. Yeah, it's a long haul flight. Yeah, this plane is pressurized, by the way. We don't have to fly on oxygen above 10,000. That's really nice. It also traps some of the heat in, although not by much. I mean, it's insulated. It's maybe, I don't know, probably good. Really got to push the throttle ahead, but that's okay. 172 miles per hour. It'll go faster in the cruising speed, but yeah, we're at 19. Done trick. Playing a little bit more level. Okay. Still some clouds above us. We might be able to reach above them at 25,000, but I'm not worried about them. Weather looks good between here and Midway. Not worried. How this plane doesn't naturally level out. I don't know. I don't think there's trim in War Thunder, but it'd be nice if I could trim it to 0. I don't know. If you know something about that, leave it in the comments below. Still learning this game. Our rate of climb isn't too bad, and our speed is definitely increased. aircraft slightly. Don't want to be too off course. What is our course, by the way? Got our directional radio compass there. I don't see a magnetic compass though. I think that's a radio compass. Usually the magnet compass is one of those balls, you know. We are flying into some clouds now. That's fine. Doesn't look too bad. Off. Roughly 22,000, that's fine too. Doesn't have to be exact. We're on our way. All right, it's about 4 hours later, close to 10 a.m. Midway Atoll just came into view, and we're going to be setting up for a landing. So why don't we reach them on the radio there and request permission to land. NAS Midway, this is King Condor Flight. How do you read me? Over.
King Condor Flight, this is Midway. We read you loud and clear. Over.
Roger that, Midway. Request permission to land, runway 25 straight in.
Landing approved. Land straight in. Runway 25. Over.
Roger that. Alright, we have permission to land. And we almost climbed to about 25,000 feet again. That's fine. Weather looks pretty good around here, honestly. I hope it holds. Alright, so let's decrease our altitude here. We're going to be landing on their longest runway, runway 25. That should be this direction here, so we're turning the aircraft towards the other. A couple fleet vessels coming into view now too. Flying out of this high altitude. I want to just drop in. Yeah, 2.5 should be on the right side of the island there, the smaller island. And should be somewhat in the middle. You can see it between those. Gonna take a while to refuel and refit the aircraft. I think number 3 was complaining about an overheating engine problem or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to reach back to them. I mean, I don't see any smoke, so that's good. But we'll check it when we get on the ground. there's the runway there. It's in the middle. Alright. Try and fly out a little bit. Increase our altitude even more. We'll go down to about 30% on the throttle. Big old plane to land. I don't like landing these big jobs. I'm kind of nervous trying to put that much metal on the ground. We're going to be turning, so we'll lose some speed that way. Yeah, it's our target runway right there. Good. May have to loop back around to the right. Do that. Coming down to 15,000 feet. Yeah, they're making them go higher and higher these days. Eventually they'll be up at 40,000. Off some speed here. Perpendicular to the runway now, so that's good. Drop below 10,000, continuing to turn. Everybody's doing all right. Yeah, I'll land first, and then the other planes will touch down one by one. Yeah, we're thinking either 2 or 3 hour turnover time on the aircrafts there, so I'm hoping to get some lunch while I'm in here. And all I had was coffee and toast for breakfast, so. There's the way there, we're gonna come around here. 7,000 feet. Still decreasing altitude. We're at 2% throttle. Approaching the island. Runway 25 in sight. Bleed off some speed here. Ooh. Yeah, see what I mean? This thing is a little wacky. That's fine. Slow our rate of descent. Try and bleed off some more speed here. I got a decent sized bleeder. Probably also on maneuvers. I don't know what fleet that is. 0. Actually, deploy combat flaps. Some speed that way. You lined up? No, not quite. I want to get it to about 215 or so before I drop the landing gear. But I want to do it right away because, again, that landing gear is really slow to deploy. In fact, I don't think it'll hurt it. Gear down. Flaps the landing. Alright, pretty much lined up. Around 2,700 feet. Give me throttle, 34%. Yeah, look at those wheels. They're taking forever. Alright. Yeah. Good angle. Alright. Now we can play with riding the speed. Try and keep her around 160 or so. I think we're flying, might be flying into the wind. I'm getting a lot of resistance on the plane. Increase throttle, 6%. Follow me in there. We're under 1,000 feet. 60%. I really wish it didn't jerk up when you switch to the guns, but I guess it's a good feature to have it level the plane for you while you're going into turret mode. Pretty much on the ball with this one. .143. Not a bad landing speed. We'll push her up. Don't stall. Our wingmen are starting to overfly us. They got their flaps and landing just to keep up. Fine. Going ahead. Awesome. Keep coming in. Alright. 34%. Prepare to touchdown. 0. Yeah, it's a little bit. Oh crap. Hard brake. Don't blow the brakes. Alright, we're on the ground. Flaps up. flap strike. Alrighty. I don't know where we're gonna taxi to. They don't really have a taxi area big enough for us. So we'll just taxi off the side here. Alright. Too much in the sand, might get stuck. Dig it out. Yeah, watch that dude there. Yeah, we gotta go up. Alright, that's fine. That should be alright for them to land. Maybe a little bit more. I trust these guys. Yeah, it's not too soft, so I think we're fine. Alright. First leg completed. Now we got to bring the other guys in and find out where we're going to be maintaining the planes, and then we'll begin the second leg. But yeah, it's going to be in a little while here. Really close to this building here. That's fine. Alright, shut down the engines. Alright, so yeah, we'll find out just what the next step is, and yeah, hopefully we have a little time for lunch. That would be nice. Alright, get back to you soon. Alright, so it's about 4 hours later. Planes are refueled, maintenanced. They fixed the problem with the number 2 engine on number 3. And it looks like we're all ready and set for our final leg of this journey to Tinian Island. So without any further ado, we're going to take off from the runway and get up into the air. Go to max power. Oh, the other plane's taking off behind me this time. That's fine. Positive brake, gear up, flaps up. So yeah, we got a long leg, like possibly 10 hours. We shall see. Looks like number 2 is taking off now, followed by number 3 and number 4. Perfect. Like he's already here. Pretty good. We'll let everybody rally. Head back over the field here. Climbing up. I don't want to give them too sharp a turn on takeoff, so I will go due south here. There they go. Alright, we're in the air. Looks like some clouds rolled in the last few hours. They're blowing in from the south, so there's a pretty nasty cyclone forming to the southwest. So that's we'll have to be mindful of that. Make sure we're on course here. We're not. We need to go basically southwest to southwest. And again, we'll be climbing up to 25,000 feet for this leg. So that's good. On the heading. falling into formation. There's number 4. Alright. I thought that was going to be clunkier than I wanted. I didn't want to try that, but I wanted to save us some time in this trip and just get everybody into the air as soon as possible. So we gave it a whirl. It seems to work, so that's good. Don't think that would have worked as smoothly at Oahu as it did here, but there we are. Nothing stormy yet. Kind of see how big it is from the reflection of the water there. That's why you're not looking at the side of it. Probably a little bit more. Although now I'm a little bit weary about doing that because number 2 also complained about a slight overheating problem. I don't know. I talked to a few of the guys on the checkout flight. They've been training on this plane for months, and they did say that the engines have a tendency to overheat, which is not really. So far, I haven't had any issues with mine. Let's look at the temp gauges while we're climbing here. Okay, that's manifold pressure. Okay, they are riding a little bit towards the red line, so that is concerning me a little bit. It's all 4 engines, so. Climbing up to 10,000 meters. Climbing up this cloud cover here. Still holding our course southwest. So yeah, with all that downtime, I definitely had time to stop in the mess hall for lunch. The officers' quarters, the officers' club, apparently closed until 6 p.m. That's when they open it up. So I guess they've been having some issues with some of the lower-ranking officers drinking a little too early in the day. That's fine. I wasn't about to drink, by the way, before boarding this aircraft. I really just wanted to go in for the food, but the mess hall had a pretty good selection. I ended up having chili with beans. It wasn't very spicy, but it was pretty good. I'm pretty sure it came out of the ration, the mess ration. Canned chili. That's fine. I don't mind, it filled me up pretty well. Also had some more toast and coffee with it. I think I'm doing alright here for the next leg of the journey. And I don't know what the situation is on Tinian. Hoping they have an officers club there because I am definitely going to need a martini at this flight. Climbing up to 16,000. Midway Island. That dude. Can't really see it now because of the cloud. Yeah, like I said, we're going to be riding this leg of the journey up to 25,000, which will give us plenty of room above any bad weather that might come. We can always go up to 30. I think the ceiling for this aircraft is about 31. Yeah, before today, the highest I flew this in the checkout. Coming up to 20. Check those 10. Yeah, they're still riding pretty high. Not happy about that. Once we get up to proper altitude, I'll relax the throttles a little bit. Pretty much cruising around 75 or 74, I forget the last one, between Hawaii and Midway. That's pretty hot. See any over temp warning gauges, indicators. Into 23,000 now, about 202 miles per hour. Flying away from Midway at a decent speed. Doing pretty well. Coming into 24,000. Probably the highest I've ever been. Maybe I went a little bit higher. When I tested that jet, I think it was above 25,000. Pretty certain. Coming into 25,000. 25,000. Start to level out. Don't push the throttle as hard. Alright, we're at 25,000 feet. Pretty much at cloud level for the second layer of clouds. That's fine. We'll climb a little bit over 25,000 either way. But these are these clouds. I don't know where we top out. Storm is on our course, so we will encounter it. I think we're in the right machine to do that. 10 hours of this. Or 9 hours and 45 minutes if I want to look at it that way. Well, that's why the co-pilot's here, and the chief engineer said he might take a turn. I want to go back there and lay down. Really know where to lay down, but okay. I'm getting tired. Flying all day. Alright, it's about another 4 hours later. We seem to be doing this in intervals of 4. That's fine. We are somewhere over the Pacific Ocean. We are now over the cyclone at about 27,000 feet. Pretty comfortable place to be. Below us is actually a few Allied ships. Should be Task Force 53. They were supposed to be in this area. Of course, it's USS Enterprise and a few other ships. Note heading out to Marianas Island. Basically, Marianas, where we're going. I've been I'm starting to get like cabin fever. I'm sitting behind these controls for so long. Oh, I let the co-pilot take over a little while ago. Yeah, I don't think we need to go much above where we are because we're riding out the storm pretty well. We haven't been in radio contact with anybody in the fleet down there, but that's fine. They should have a report that we're coming through the area. And we're pretty much over. They would have shot us down, they would have shot us down before. But yeah, this is a big storm. Breaks in the clouds. Other than that, yeah, we've been flying over this thing for about an hour and we still can't see the end of it. Well, there's an even higher stratus layer of clouds. That's fine, that's not bothering us. I don't want to go any higher though, so let me make sure I'm not climbing too high. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna be landing at night. Oh, this is a long flight. Yeah. Kind of over it already. That's fine. I mean, it's beautiful. Either way. I'd hate to be flying down in it. But there it is. I feel bad for Task Force 53. They're going to have to navigate it some. It's not that strong a storm. It's Category 2. It's still pretty bad though, but this is the Navy. They have their mission, they have ours. Around 29. I dropped the throttle down to about 76%. I think, yeah, the temperature gauge went down a little bit. Now it's at about, I don't know why it's in Celsius, that's weird. Oh well. starting to get a headache from these headphones. It's not good. Still got about 5 or so hours to go. Yeah, not too happy about that. What are you gonna do? Make sure we're on course here. Yeah, pretty good. I am dead tired. But it looks like we're coming to the end of this one. And according to my charts, we're on the map now. Been 6 hours since we were over that storm. Probably another 45 to 50 minutes before we cleared it completely. Never saw the eye. That's fine. It only means we crossed part of it. We gotta get on the horn. Make sure we're in the right spot because we should be approaching the island now. Tinian Island Airfield 1. Tinian Island Airfield 1. This is King Condor flight. We're approaching from the northeast. How do you read me? Over.
King Condor flight, this is Airfield 1. Read you loud and clear, over.
Copy that, Airfield 1. Good to hear from you. Request landing ASAP, straight in.
Landing approved. Land straight in. Over and out.
Roger that. Alright, let's start ground. I see some land. Yeah, we're over it. Alright, good. Great. Let's get below the clouds. I have been flying this plane for way too long. Officers Club still open. Need that martini by now. But they need to increase our speed here. Alright, that should be Saipan, and then the second island there is Tinian. We're going to one of those two fields on the right there, on the north end of Tinian. Now here eventually they're going to build some bigger runways for these bombers. Probably a good idea. I don't know why they don't just use these airfields. They look, but whatever. I'm not the brass. Gonna do whatever they want. Alright, so now we're diving out of 17,000. We need to slow down. We're putting too much strain on the wings here. We jetted way ahead of 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, the temp gauge never went back up. I mean, that's a good... Alright. I've never been here before, so I'm thinking if the wind is alright, I'm going to fly over the field first, decide where I'm landing. There's 2 runways over there. I know one of them's longer than the other. Coming in at 10,000. Alright. got the 14th Fleet below us. Be Saratoga and your escorts. No idea. I heard the 14th Fleet is basically gaining jurisdiction over the Navy elements on this island. Some of the Marine aviators as well. I think they have the 5th Marine Division under their belt. Something like that. There's the water. There's the... Alright. And there are the ships. Alright. Pull up a little bit here so we're not putting too much strain on the plane here. Gone well ahead of our other planes there. Let's slow it down. Get to the low 300s, deploy the combat flaps, usual routine. Yeah, this field looks perfectly fine to land on. I don't know about that one. That's where we're supposed to go. That's where we're supposed to go. I want to say the one on the left is probably a little longer. We'll pass over the island first, and we'll see what's closer there. What's longer there. Forget the officers club. I might hit the sack when I get down there. I gotta catch an early morning flight on a C-54 back to Oahu. Yep. Doing nothing but flying back and forth over the Pacific Ocean for today and tomorrow. At least tomorrow I don't have to fly the plane myself. Alright. Flaps to combat. Let's see what we got here. They don't look very long. Flaps up 19%. Honestly, they look about the same. This one has the hangers by it. I'm wondering if that's the one to use. Was that another runway? That's the side of the mountain. You gotta watch it now. It's like a driveway. What are they thinking? That one might be longer, actually. Yeah, they're definitely going to need to outfit this field. I think it's the second one over there. Know in a minute. Hello. Yeah, the second one looks just slightly longer. Maybe about the same distance. I'm gonna try for this one because I know they want it. They want to put it in one of the hangars. That's fine. That'll be just fine. All right, let's go down a little bit. Looks up 40%. That's actually airfield 3. Airfield 1 here. There might be hangars over there. Alright, whatever. I don't want to land up long here. That's a good way to be the butt of everybody's jokes. Airfield 1 it is. And there's 2 for Cobbler Field, Pseudo Field, and there's one up north. What's up? Gear down. Flaps and landing. Slow landing gear. That's good. We're at 940 feet. Still descending. Gonna need your help with this. Gear's still coming down. Alright. 29%. Gotta come in over the treetops here. Bring us down to about 5. 1,100 feet. Right. That's a bunch of trees. Getting lined up in front. Oh god, I am done with flying today. Oh god. No, we were lined up. Alright. Power up, 62%. Yeah, that should be. Alright. Power down. Bounced a little bit there. Damaged the plane, doesn't look like. Oh, there's plenty of runway. That's fine. Flaps up. Alright. We have arrived at our destination. I think this is a little bit of a taxiway here. I don't see any hangars here. I thought all of this was field 1. Maybe they wanted us in field 3. Oh well. I'm too tired. We'll taxi back down the runway. I think there might be some hangars over there. I don't know if we're taking off. This might be a little bit tricky scenario, but at least to my worries, it's not my plane. Same problem on both runways. Alright. Yeah, we'll taxi to the end there. Let the other guys come in. I'm sure they're just as tired as I am. Cheap for drinks. Alright. Yeah, they got a ways to build this place up before it's a proper bomber base. Again, I feel like that other runway over there was a little bit better, but I am not impressed. There's really no hangars here, so we'll just, I guess, taxi up over here. That is definitely going to do it for me. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. I am Knee High Caliber, and you've been watching Knee High Caliber Plays War Thunder. And we've delivered the first flight of B-29s to the island of Tinian. I don't know if they're going to use these for training or what. Bring it back down. Alright. That should be perfect. Alright. Alright. Begin the shutdown checklist. All right, folks. I'll see you again soon.